President Muhammadu Buhari has boasted that in 6 years his regime has performed better than any government since 1999. The current democratic dispensation began in 1999, and since then, Nigeria has had Olusegun Obasanjo, the late Umaru Yaradua, Goodluck Jonathan, and him as president. Buhari noted this on Friday in his nationwide broadcast to Nigerians to mark the nation's 61st independence anniversary. Since coming to power, this administration has tackled our problem head-on in spite of the mega resources. When this man talks about mega resources, has he been able to generate money? Because what he has been doing, telling us that he has spent so much on infrastructure, is borrowed money. But on what has he generated? Borrow money, and people are saying they cannot even see or equate the money being borrowed to that which has been done. He said with meager resources. He said no government since 1999 has done what we have done in 6 years to put Nigeria back on track. Really? Oh my shoe. So Nigeria is on track now. We shall continue to serve the country, listen to all the protests, listen to all and protect our democracy and country, Buhari boasted, using data gathered from Nairalytics, the research arm of Nairametrics. Under the Buhari regime, the economy has experienced rising food inflation and currency inflation, which have seen Nigeria's GDP per capita fall to the level it was 40 years ago. This stood as a major propeller of misery. Currently, his presidency is characterized by a high unemployment rate of 33.3%, quarter 4 2020, which neutralizes the 0.15% GDP growth rate in quarter 1 2021. A high inflation rate of 18.17% March 2021 and prime lending rates of 11.24% in April. This placed the misery score at 62.2 index points. And so where is he getting this whole thing from? You know, they know the people that are even working with him, they know that, especially his age, they know that he doesn't know much. Let me just put it that way. He doesn't know much. So they will just give him anything and he will just come and present it. And to him, he's doing so greatly. I don't think he knows what is happening in the country. Oh my God, shame to those who are working with him. Shame. Of course, in his own mind, he has done what no other president had done. He has done so much with meager resources. He has done so much. He has done so much, so he can really boast of that. Well, a lot of people have a different opinion. They have different opinion based on what he has said. Of course, he has done so much, and people begin to list all that he has done better than previous governments in terms of insecurity, banditry, kidnapping, inflation, terrorism, wasteful spending, division of the country along religion and tribal line, borrowing, criminalizing protests. You have done well. Criminalizing protesters, you have done well. So Nigerians are congratulating you. They are congratulating you. You have done so much. Sorry, Nigeria, this is not the real speech. We are testing the microphone. Those at the back, can you hear us? Nigeria, we have to sit and look at what is our actual problem. Mr. President, with due respect, you have tried, but accept the areas of your failure and let's look for the way out. Nigeria will be great again one day. Yes, my president, is obvious you have done dangerously better, of which none has done before you. We now understand the change you promised, but I pray may this your administration never come again to us in this country, in Jesus' name. He has indeed done that than them by way Boko Haram, banditry, herdsmen, nepotism, religious extremism, corruption, starvation, election rigging, Fulanization agenda. The psychological and mental health of our president's speech writer needs urgent medical examination. Yes, it better. At least it reduced the number of people in Nigeria. Yeah, it's done better. That is what someone is saying here. This is an incomplete statement that is yearning for more light. However, if it was made in a positive context, Nigerians are feeling and saying otherwise. The growth, as we know, is more on the negative. Some of these are the outstanding increase in killings by the bandits, Boko Haram S-men, kidnappers, nepotism, and the bastardized economy that have seen the naira at its lowest ebb in the history, Nigeria, and the general insecurity in the land. Yes, now, in area of hatred spreading among Nigerians, your way of appointment covered 70%. Don't talk about people's president, late Yaradua, who believe is resting peacefully. If you don't want to join him soon for judgments, Yaradua's 2 years was more than 1,000 times your 6+ years, even if you are allowed to die in this office. If going by your achievements so far, your reign will be worse than Pharaoh, a man, a dream not one we wish his enemies. His government has done better than the previous administrations in tearing Nigeria apart. He has done better than our past presidents in impoverishing and killing of Nigerians. The only person Bubu is better than today is Bubu of the military era. I come in peace. I want someone to tell me or educate me on what we are celebrating as a nation at 61st years of independence. Don't blame Buhari. Is the rubbish scripts his handlers wrote for him to read. You are the best president indeed. Thank you for taking us 61 years backward economically. Some people will tell you that even as at that time, what was obtainable then was better than what we are having now. Yes, very true. At least the amount of killing under your government is worth applauded. The cost of food stuff and increasing of petrol is enough to you of Bambiala president. May God never allow us to meet Buhari kind again in Jesus' name. He is a lunatic, or people controlling him are the lunatic that gives him wrong information about the state of the nation. All this nonsense will clear for his eyes anytime he leaves office to his village. He will now see clearly. Are you sure? Are you sure? So meaning if he's not sane, then I wonder why is there in the first place, where you have done better than them by killing millions of Nigerians and rendering millions jobless, rendering millions homeless by helping terrorists is a big yes. No government has ever, or even the military governments, are learning work where you are. Your government na terror. Big one at that. The most useless, clueless, and insensitive ever. Buhari is a failure.